Okay, good morning, dear friends. It is the Baltic Talks and the second try with the Baltic Solutions for Plastic Pollution. And I just would like to remind you that yesterday we had an interview with Eugeniy Lobanov, working area leader for marine military and hazardous substances within CCB, and we would like to repeat yesterday's live stream with a couple of questions to Eugeniy. So first of all, what was the event yesterday, and what kind of discussions you had about microplastic here in Riga?
Good morning, Misha. Good morning, dear friends. Yesterday we had a very interesting workshop about plastic pollution in the Baltic Sea, and there were quite a lot of people. I was really impressed by the scope and number of participants who represent different authorities, mass media, NGOs, and what is very important, also industry, both working with plastic and working with alternatives. And I think the main topic was to see what we can do with enormous amount of different plastic waste which end up in the Baltic Sea. And it could be both microplastic, like different plastic packages, or ghost nets, or some other types of like major plastic items. Another problem is microplastics. So basically it's micro, very small, tiny particles of plastics which could origin from, for example, cosmetics, because many producers, they specifically add some plastic small particles or pellets to cosmetics for different purposes, or they can degrade from, again, macro particles, for example, from plastic bags or from plastic cups. Another important source is tires. So basically, every day when we use our cars or buses or anything with tires, we may know that some particles from tires will end in the environment and will pollute our Baltic Sea or any other sea. So this was the main topic of the workshop, to get some state-of-the-art information about what we know about the volume of plastic pollution, and of course to discuss what we might do as a community, as NGOs, as various stakeholders to tackle this issue. Perhaps you know about European plastic strategy, which is a very important like landmark. For me, it's a kind of a signal, important political signal that EU member states would like to replace many of the single-use plastic stuff with alternatives, because many studies show that one of the most important pollutants of our ocean and of the Baltic Sea are single-use plastics, like straws, like cups, or cigarettes, and we need to deal with it.
Okay, thank you, Eugeniy. And then the second question, probably the final as you have to rush, is what every one of us can do, either at home or in office, in order to reduce the inputs of microplastics and plastics into the environment.
Well, I think we can, all of us can do at least two different types of things. The first one is about our habits, is about our lifestyle. We can try to be as less plastic dependent as possible. When you go to shop, please use your own bag, or like multi-use. It could be even multi-use plastic bag, but please avoid single-use plastic bag, because they end up in landfills and they end up in water bodies. Then try to reduce your consumption of, for example, of single-use cups for coffee, or like coffee or tea cups, because many of them also contain some plastic, and they will end up again somewhere in the environment. And it would be very important if you could use your own cup for morning coffee or evening coffee. I think it would be very good. Another solution, or at least some advice, would be try to use public transport as long as possible, because it will reduce the number of tires, the degradation of tires from cars. But of course, I think it's very important for us as citizens to try to request our authorities, our members of the parliament, to adopt political measures for banning or at least for reduction of single-use plastics in our countries or in our communities. We already have a lot of examples, in Italy, in Germany, in France, where municipalities of certain cities, they ban, for example, single-use bags in shops. Or they're trying to ban single-use plastic straws or some other types of single-use plastics. I think it's also very important. And also, like my final advice is to support environmental NGOs who are working in this area, because they really multiply your voices, and then we're able to act more effectively on a policy level.
Okay, thank you very much, Eugeniy, and thank you for those of you who've been watching this live stream. We will continue with the Baltic Talks in the future, so follow our channel and the page. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.